Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Drew and you're once again watching Drew the Theme Park Dude. Today's video I'll be sharing everything that we know about the highly anticipated Tiana's Bayou adventure, opening a Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World as well as Disneyland in 2024. Before I begin, it would mean a lot if you could hit that subscribe button as well as the like button to support the channel. Now, off to the video. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is the replacement for the iconic Splash Mountain attraction and was announced back in 2020. This rethemed experience will utilize the same ride system and layout as the existing ride, but feature different characters, songs, and a story based on the hit film Princess and the Frog. The story from the Disney Parks website says, Tiana wants to give a big thanks to her family and friends and the entire community for all the support they've given her by throwing an amazing party during Mardi Gras season. When it turns out there's been a bit of a mix-up with the party preparations, Tiana invites us to meet her at Tiana's Foods to help with the missing ingredient for the party. The actual mountain part of the ride is no longer a mountain, instead a old salt dome. Described by Imagineering as combining her talents with those of the local community, Tiana has transformed an aging salt mine and built a beloved brand. So the plot definitely feels very generic in terms of Disney ride stories. For a 7+ minute ride, guests are looking for a secret ingredient the whole time. It kind of feels bland, and I hope there's some twist with either Dr. Facilier coming back or some other character just to make it more interesting. Because of the concept art, model, and current construction of the ride, the layout seems, I like the actual ride itself. I don't know. I mean, there's just something kind of off with it. I don't know. I mean, there's only so much they can do because it is an existing ride and they have to work with the parameters. But there's a lot of show scenes like you're seeing right now with this POV of Splash Mountain. This is a long ride, so there's a lot of opportunities to fit in different animatronics, screens, and all that, which I really hope they do incorporate well and can tell this story and make it engaging and unique. So riders start at the base of the Salt Dome where they are getting ready to go on an adventure to the bayou to look for this new ingredient. The queue will have beignet smells, so kind of think of like on Main Street how you can smell like popcorn and stuff. That's going to be like this in the queue line, so I really hope they do sell beignets somewhere near the ride. But yeah, I mean, the queue line's going to have this, cool artwork and different designs from New Orleans culture, so that's going to be really neat to see in the queue. Just kind of explaining the story of Tiana and her whole deal with being at this Salt Dome. So yeah, they're going to start here. The first part of the ride will take guests out and around the Salt Dome before heading up the hill and down the first drop into the bayou, which I'm assuming the song Going Down the Bayou will be playing as guests go through and see Luis the Alligator, Tiana, Naveen, and other characters singing and talking. So yeah, one of the concept art pieces that was revealed did show what seems to be a Louis animatronic, and we do know that there is a Louis animatronic being developed because it was confirmed in a TikTok made by Disney Parks Imagineering that they are working on one, and that's going to be really cool to see. The ride then has a couple more drops before heading into the final lift hill, and I'm assuming Dig a Little Deeper will be playing as Mama Odie is at the top where riders finally find the ingredient before dropping down. And this part's kind of confirmed because we can see all of like these glass bottles at the very top of the hill. And if anybody's seen the movie, those like glass bottles hanging from the tree are in Mama Odie's area in the film. So that's gonna, I'm assuming that's gonna be at the top of the Salt Dome is gonna be like that part, but no one really knows why you're dropping down it. I don't know, if she's just randomly gonna want to throw you off a waterfall or something. So that's something that they're gonna have to figure out that I hope we, can makes sense and isn't just kind of, oh hey, there's a giant drop here, let's drop. But yeah, the finale scene I'm assuming will be a giant Mardi Gras party with the boat returning from Splash Mountain and all the characters waving and thanking guests as they enjoy their celebration. So yeah, this was one of my favorite parts of the original Splash Mountain. I mean, you have the giant boat with all the characters, the chickens, all the different Brers, and then you have a few other extra scenes which I'm assuming will wrap up the story with Tiana thanking guests, hopefully in animatronic form, as well as some of the other characters. But yeah, now let's get to all the things that are confirmed for the ride. The ride will feature several new audio animatronics using the same technology as the ones featured on the brand new Frozen Ever After attraction at Hong Kong Disneyland. The ride will also reuse some of the same animatronics from Splash Mountain, which I assume would be some of the singing critters that you can see in some of the concept art. The ride will then have the same stats as the other with the 50-foot drop at the very end, but expect nearly everything else to be changed thematically. A New Orleans bayou is vastly different than Frontierland Critterfield Forest, so pretty much every show scene will be changed. It's also confirmed the ride will blend screens and animatronics to bring even more characters to life in new and unique ways. Possibly like, get some fireflies and magic stuff, projections. a lot of cool technological stuff, which I think is why this enhancement and refurb and reimagining is taking so long, because by the time this opens, Splash would have been closed about almost 2 years. So, because Splash Mountain's been closed for over a year at the time of recording, and it's supposed to not open until, I'll get into predicted opening at the end of the video, but originally it said late 2024, so it's going to be almost 2 years by the time this thing opens, probably. So they have a lot of time to change the interior. But yeah, some new music is being made, and the iconic voice actors are all returning to voice the characters in the ride. So they're all going to have the same voice, familiar voices from the films, so that's something that I'm looking forward to, and I love that Disney does that. Now, I do wish Dr. Facilier could appear and have Are You Ready play before the drop, as a lot of other fans did, but since this ride is set following the original film, it is, unless there's something we don't know, with some magic thing that happens where he comes back to life or something, as unfortunately he's not going to appear, as well as Ray the Firefly, who also sadly dies in the film, so I doubt those characters will be in this attraction. Lastly, Imagineers have been working closely with the team behind the film and several groups in New Orleans to make this attraction feel exactly like it would be to actually be going through these environments, which will really immerse guests in the Bayou, but added with some Disney magic, all in the world of Princess and the Frog. Now I'll talk through the official pieces of concept art released by Disney and say what I think each one of them is showing story-wise and where this scene will take place on the ride. So here's the first piece of concept art, which was released back in 2020 when the attraction was first announced. Now, obviously, like the tree at the top with the boat is not happening, and these animatronics or fake characters that are shown outside are also not happening. But this kind of gives us an idea of what we can see, layout-wise. So much stuff has changed since then, like how you guys have seen like the actual model and construction. This piece of concept art is kind of outdated, but we can kind of get an idea of how the whole area is being transformed into the Bayou, and you will no longer really be able to tell it's Frontierland, which, yeah, that's definitely going to be a criticism from some, but, they'll be able to find a way. Now, here we go. This scene right here is confirmed to take place immediately after you splash down from that first drop and enter indoors. So we have a Lewis animatronic on the left and a Tiana animatronic on the right with some critters, which I believe some will be reused from Splash Mountain. And yeah, probably playing Going Down the Bayou. Would not be shocked if she's singing the song. And, it's all a nice, happy scene. I'm sure this will be one of the fan favorites on the ride. Very cool. Looking forward to this. You can kind of tell it's, Bayou setting very well. And yeah, this scene definitely is going to be a fun way to introduce the characters, because it's probably the first time you see the characters on the ride, because up to this point you're kind of outside for most of the attraction. Now right here, I believe this is going to take place right before the final drop. Right before, where before Brer Rabbit said, "Please don't throw me in the briar patch, Brer Fox." And you saw like the projection of Brer Fox and Brer Rabbit, like the animatronic shaking around. I believe this will be a screen. I don't think it's going to be an animatronic. And it's going to be a nice high level screen. But yeah, she's going to be singing "Dig a Little Deeper," and there'll be some reasoning behind you have to go down the salt dome, the hill. I don't know why, but maybe just like an escape hatch or something, just to have fun. But yeah, you can see like the bottles hanging down on the ceiling, which look much like in the construction at the top of the hill. So if not at the top of the hill, definitely towards before you go up the giant lift. So right here is another scene which I believe will take place during the laughing place scene, which is, when you take those drops down to the giant lift hill. Just kind of looks like that. You can see like the lake in the middle with some critters in the background. That's where I believe the ride will utilize screens. I do think there'll be an animatronic in the middle with Tiana and Naveen on a boat, and Lewis animatronic and some bird animatronics, which could be reused, some new ones, as well as like the otter on the right. But yeah, really cool environment, much like the first scene I explained. But yeah, it's going to be cool to see these characters come to life in these brand new animatronics. Lastly, when will this ride open? Well, it was originally slated for a late 2024 opening, but recently the website updated to just 2024. The ride is much further along in Walt Disney World than Disneyland, so I would not be surprised if we see the ride begin previews in late August and open in September or October, while in Disneyland I assume it will take nearly the whole year and open just in time for Christmas break. This is similar to what happened with Rise of Resistance, where it opened here months before in California. Just got ahead of schedule. Splash Mountain here closed several months before the one out in, it's closed almost 6 months before the one in California did. I know this version's a lot bigger though, the Walt Disney World version of Splash Mountain, but I still think that this version is going to open before the other one. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a big chance, it opens, like I said, there's a possibility it opens this summer. I think Disney is working as hard as they can to get it open by this summer. Yeah, that's basically all I gotta say with that. But yeah, be sure to stay updated with this channel, because when more updates are revealed about the ride, I will attempt to be first to cover it. Now, thank you for reaching the end of this video, and if you enjoyed, please remember to leave a massive like on the video and subscribe for future theme park content. Comment down below if you're looking forward to Tiana's Bayou Adventure when it opens in late 2024, because, this video, I'm not really giving my opinions on the ride, but I'll just add in real quick. Splash Mountain was one of my favorite rides in Magic Kingdom, so it definitely is sad to see it go. But I'm also excited for something new, and I know Disney's going to give it their all on this ride, so with these animatronics theming, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun ride. I'll try my best to be there day one. But, yeah, that's really all I can say for right now until we get more construction and official releases by Disney, because there surprisingly hasn't been a ton, which I'm assuming will ramp up as we get closer to summertime. We'll get a lot of release date stuff. And yeah, this is really Disney's big ride of this year, so I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, thanks again everyone for watching. Please remember to leave a massive like and subscribe to the channel if you are new with notifications on, so you don't miss a brand new video. Thanks again, and have a great day everyone. See ya. Bye.